when things go terribly wrong. On paternity court.
There was no sex going on. No, read the police report.
Do you remember not using protection?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember that that's how you make a baby?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Let's get this straight. I address what I want to address in the order I want to address.
Mr. Hughes was standing between his mother and the mother of his child, confused about which side to pick, as Grandma was persistent that Radcliffe guy was tapped in the paternity of the child, too white to be his.
White as snow. There's no way that could be my grandchild or my son's baby.
And just by looking at this child, you've determined and said to yourself, I do not believe that's my grandchild.
That can't happen. There's no way.
You heard the bubby, stuck on no way, because according to them, Miss Jackson had all the T qualities that were more than enough to fool her innocent son.
She, as a matter of fact, I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is. The little boy looks nothing like my son or any member of my family.
Yeesh, Miss McBirth was really non-negotiable about paternity. And the worst part was that she wasn't even trying to hide her hatred toward the defendant and her son. Even the baby mama knew that her child's looks were coming in the way.
Maybe because he is so white?
Because he's all the white. He ain't got no black in here. Everything I see got powder puff on it. I don't see no chocolate nowhere, okay?
No, ma'am.
Whatever.
Up next, while Miss Jackson was telling the court how she was committed to the plaintiff's son, she got interrupted by the aunt of her child, saying that baby mama was just a side chick.
Him was a snack cake on the side of his meal. There was nothing more. All she has done is she's been trying to put the baby on us.
Is my son's. That's not gonna happen.
No, I think she's more so obsessed.
Wait, why are they going like trying to pin the baby on us, not our baby? Isn't this whole thing about the baby and the parents? Why are they steeping and giving verdicts like that?
And I kind of glanced over there and I seen this little white baby. I knew it wasn't mine and I ain't had nothing else to say or do about it since then.
When I first met the girl, she said, okay, I asked her, I said, okay, this is my brother's baby. She said, yes. I said, do you know or do you think? She said, I think. It has her ex-husband's last name.
That's because that's my last name.
Baby Miss Jackson's baby's last name was interesting. Well, in her defense, she still carried her ex-man's name, and since no one was listed as the father on the birth certificate, the baby automatically got her name.
Was he there when you had the baby?
No.
It was another guy, that's why.
There was nobody else there but my mom and my sister.
I'm sick of all these little hookers trying to say my son is the daddy. I'm sick of it. I get babies dropped off here, dropped off there. I'm sick of it.
But
it stopped today.
The sassy grandma and auntie duo further added that the defendant was so fast that the cops often busted her house parties, and it was not hard to imagine what was going on behind her walls.
So why is your neighbors complaining about the sex that goes on in your household?
There was no sex going on. No, read the police report if you want to.
All out of finger pointing and name calling going here, right? But it's easy to blame someone else. And the judge pointed this out rightfully. However, Miss McBirth didn't like it when the judge shoved little truth in her face, and she condemned Lake like this.
I know exactly what type of person he is. He just as trifling as she is.
It seems like your son is kissing the baby. It makes you want to throw up.
It makes me want to throw up because it's a lie.
Why? For your son to be kissing an innocent child?
Because it's not his.
It doesn't matter, really, if he's showing the child love.
It's not his.
What on earth? What is this woman high one going after an innocent kid like that? Regardless of the doubt, no child deserves to be treated like this anyway. Now it was time for the alleged daddy to testify.
It's not my son's, okay? Man. She got men coming and going in and out of her house.
My father's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude, so.
How you know? He just gonna say that because, you know, she gonna freak him after this.
Yeah.
So now, wait a minute, you're accusing your brother of not having enough sense to testify as to his own experience?
He told us it wasn't his baby. He just told us that it wasn't his baby. So how?
When did he tell you this?
Last night?
In the course of the trial, it was revealed that little Elijah was also calling other men daddy, though the defendant affirmed it. She also testified that the baby boy was doing it out of puzzlement. All right, fair enough. However, for the plaintiffs, it wasn't fair at all.
Hold on, stop talking, because finally Miss McBirth is speaking the real truth of what she's really frustrated about.
I've been through hell. Every time I look around, it's a baby here, it's a baby there. And I'm the one stuck helping, gotta feed them, take care of the clothes, and keep them while the mom and daddy either go to work or run the street. I'm sick of it.
Clearly, Big Mama was more frustrated over having babies here and there, and she ended up taking care of them. The bummer was that she was taking it out on the child. If the result comes opposite from the claims, she handles it well.
Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father.
No! No! No!
Do we have
Severe genetic disease and denial from the father had taken a toll on this baby's mama. The woman has left no choice but to opt for a DNA test to get her child the attention and support he needed. Let's hear the plaintiff.
He don't want to take financial responsibility. He hasn't been there. He wasn't there through my pregnancy. When I had the baby, he wasn't there. For his surgery, he wasn't there. I've contacted him. Forget about, nothing.
Mr. Toozy hadn't even seen the child for once. That's strong denial. I mean, you did sleep with her, didn't you? Well, apparently the baby boy was too white to be his. Come on, his mother is white.
Give me the nature of this relationship, Ms. Renfro.
Yeah, we started out friends. Like, we met through mutual friends, and it was sexual, and we talked about being in a relationship. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I took 7 pregnancy tests.
Upon finding out about the child, Mr. Toozy's first reaction was, how is the father? Odd, right? When the judge asked the potential father about it, he testified that there was another man in the picture. Mr. Toozy had seen text messages from him.
Do you remember being in a sexual relationship with Ms. Renfro?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Do you remember not using protection?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember that that's how you make a baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Further, the defendant claimed that he was sterile, and none of his past relationships produced a baby, however. While the judge was having a hard time buying it, the plaintiff again brought in the health hazard.
My son has a issue with his stomach. He was born with what you call Hirschberger's disease, and it's passed through genetics. And none of my other kids have it. I had sex with him, I got pregnant, and my son had to have surgery at 6 days old. He had to have part of his intestine removed.
See, Your Honor, I don't have any type of medical.
While the mommy was crying to find some closure for her child, Mr. Toozy was persistent that none of his family had any genetic disease, and baby mama should stop wasting his time. Go ask the real father.
You had another person sign the birth certificate?
My ex signed the birth certificate. He's still in my child's life. He still takes my son to the doctors.
Is your ex in the child's life because he could potentially be the biological father as well?
No, he loves my son.
Whoa, quite a bomb. There was another guy on the certificate bomb who was already busy playing the daddy of the child. However, the baby mama claimed that he was looking out for him and his friend.
That baby don't look nowhere near like me. If the baby was mine, it'd be a little more darker than what it is.
No, really. I mean, you're going to testify about something. How do you know that?
Just because, once again, multiple text messages.
But you still have no proof.
Looks like the judge wasn't liking any of the excuses the clueless father was putting forth, as he had no evidence to prove his point. But what happened next gave the case a new turn, and this happened while witnesses were giving testimony.
You said there was a guy she had slept with during the time?
Well, it was a little before she got pregnant.
The same person that signed the birth certificate.
It wasn't her ex. I think it was before. I'm pretty sure it was before you got pregnant.
The guy was right all of this time. Miss Renfro was too busy making fools of all of us. Why would you keep off such a piece of important information, woman? Let's see how the judge was processing the revelation.
So you say stuff happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it sure does. And what planet do you live on where condoms are 100% effective?
Well, when it's like
I have a lot of people that need to move there.
After this, judge moved on to the defendant, asking if his stance and paternity had changed. The irony was that his doubt had gotten more robust since his initial testimony, while Miss Renfro's claimed that her other entanglement was nothing but hit and run.
That don't prove nothing because of who I slept with. That don't mean nothing. I used a condom, so there is no other option. It's you.
It does matter, though. I just don't want you to convince yourself of this lie. Like, you understand that who you slept with.
Did you notice that there was a sudden shift in Miss Renfro's? The moment she admitted to being involved with another guy, her feel bad for me attitude was long gone. Furthermore, baby daddy claimed mama was a gold digger who called back at him for being a deadbeat.
What do you think her MO is, Mr. Toozy?
She's just trying to get money out of me. That's it.
Your Honor, I've never
So you believe
asked him
it's because you have 2 jobs and she knows that you were able to take care of the baby.
Right.
But he's already taken care of. Me and my ex take care of him.
And the ex is on the birth certificate, so he's the one gonna owe child support. I hope he knows that.
He knows.
Me too.
It looked like both sides were more focused on trying to prove each other wrong, and the child and his medical condition were something secondary. And when that happened, Judge Luran called for a concluding envelope.
Are not the father.
Yes!
Oops.
Told you!
That is fine. I'm okay with that.
Do you know who is?
Yes, ma'am. If he wasn't the father, then yes, ma'am, I know.
Hold on. No.
You asked, I answered.
Mr. Johnson, playing full-blown daddy just recently, found out about the other possibility and bumped over being duped. Baby mama wasn't sure herself, but as the child grew, things became clear.
She was telling me, you know, one minute that, oh yeah, you're the father. Then the next minute she telling me, a couple years down the line, that I'm not the father, you know? I'm kind of confused here. I don't know what to think. Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not liking the way they started, however. Miss Owens told the court how she was stuck in paternity dilemmas as one of the potential fathers had died, while the other wasn't her best pick.
Believe that he was the father. But when my son was around 6 months, when we was together, living together, we both noticed that he started looking like the other dude, which is Dwayne.
The more the kid grew up, the more he turned to look like the other guy. Then what next? Well, it was revealed that the sassy mama had Mr. Johnson rushing to the hospital and signing the birth certificate even though she had doubts.
Did you believe at that time
Yes.
he was the father?
Yes, I knew.
So you slept with somebody else,
Yeah.
but you just weren't considering it. You put your focus on him.
Thank you.
Wow, I love when a judge puts the truth like that. So while judging one with discovering what had really gotten down, both participants were more focused on bashing each other like this.
Don't believe her, man.
No, he didn't come
I'm
into
a
my
woman,
lady.
first of all.
Changing diapers, feeding them,
The
while
diapers
she was
that-
laying on her fat ass. You know? That's what
Wait.
I'm talking about.
Now you have to watch your language.
Oh, the judge does not like people who act like that. And I don't blame her because she is ruining a courtroom, not a circus, which the judge made quite clear as she had realized that those goofy folks had no idea what was at stake.
Potentially the child's father is deceased. And this court cares about Dakari.
I do too. You know, when I look at that picture, I see love. You know, I was there with him since he was born. You know, I really care about him. I really want him to be my son.
Dakari was in trouble because his parents were too busy playing with the children themselves. Anyway, as the judge asked the baby's mom why he eliminated the other guy from the potential list, her answer led to another rubble in the courtroom.
You admit that you had sexual relations with Mr. Tyson.
Yeah, I never.
And when you found out he passed away, had you buried it back in your mind so far that he could potentially be your child's father, you just again didn't admit it to
Your
yourself?
Honor.
Or did you say to yourself, oh my goodness, this could be my child's father that passed away?
Every question, every inquiry seemed like vain. It was a bunch of loose ends and nothing concrete, missing vital information going back and forth. Judge Lake was just stuck in a mess.
How could that not be in your mind?
Little
you had
one,
sex
can you?
with him.
Little one, can you
had
pipe down?
sex with him.
Pipe down, little one.
You had sex with him. How could that not be in your mind?
Sit, doggy.
How could that not be?
Whoa, there, little fella doggy, what? Are these people out of their minds? All know squabbling like that would make anyone go sore, and Judge Lake was no exception.
How absolutely ridiculous you look right now. I don't want him up here acting like you or you. I don't want him acting like either one of you. You are a terrible example to your child. Clowning in here. And a child sitting up here and don't know if his father's here or in a grave. You clowning. And I will not have it. Keep your mouth shut until we get to these results. I will not have it.
Oh boy, I have seen this man, these people. All this jiggery pokery has come to an end for good because there was a child who deserved to know the truth. Let's get to that.
Mr. Johnson, you are not his father.
There it is. There it is. Right there.
When it comes to Dakari Johnson, based on the testing results, the probability of relatedness is 99.99%.
Miss Hanger's messy fiasco caused her already, paying child support to baby daddy. Believed that he was duped into paternity by default, and now was looking for a way out.
A medical professional at all giving me the opinion that you were pregnant would have been good too. But I mean, like.
And so wait a minute. Just let me understand this situation. I don't know how you two even ever had sex.
While the eccentric young man was in a legal brawl right at the beginning of the trial, the plaintiff had to make it clear that even though he was listed as the father, the defendant was doing nothing for her daughter.
He's a spoiled, rotten, arrogant brat, point blank. He won't even admit that she even looks like him when she's identical to him.
Just because you frame her up there and put her next to my family, that's not actually a DNA test.
So let's get to being named father by default. Mr. Babbitt was served paternity trial papers. Being the cocksure that he was, the defendants signed them without reading the anthem, and now we're standing in court blaming baby mama for it.
No, you look confused, period. And you look like you got a smart mouth. And you think you know too much, but what you should have known was to bring your butt to court.
You can get with smart with me if you want to. You're gonna lose every day of this week.
Oh, he just rubbed the Judge Lake the wrong way. Standing, acting all obnoxious, not taking responsibility, and running a smart mouth while there is a baby is a question does not work on Lake's watch.
But every time I ask you a question, you have something smart to say. Do not question what I think you look like. I'm here to ask questions. You're here to answer them. I'm here to give you the answers to the questions you have as it relates to paternity. Now, whether you have animosity towards Ms. Hanger or you feel like someone tried to railroad you, that's your personal feelings, but what you're not gonna do is take them out on me.
Finally, the man is sorry about anything. At least there is that progress anyway. It turns out that his real doubt stemmed from the plaintiff being sexually involved with her roommate, but baby mama denied all such acquisitions.
So I had not slept with anybody else prior to him for a year with my ex-boyfriend.
Well, you were sneaking out in the middle of the night doing something.
I was not sneaking out anywhere. The only time I get out of bed is to go to the bathroom.
Contradiction and denial both often join together to give rise to paternity doubt. However, Mr. Babbitt was there for the first doctor's appointment, but when the reports didn't give a clear hint, the guy just vanished into thin air, leaving the plaintiff alone.
And he also tried to tell me that I stole a baby because I never proved to him that I was pregnant.
No, what I thought could have happened is, as crazy as you are, you might have been up there doing something in the hospital, not pregnancy related.
I am in a hospital bed. I had a cesarean. I had an emergency C-section the second time I got induced.
Mr. Big Mouth, that there is no way to treat a woman far alone. Your potential baby mama. FYI. The guy tried paying excited dad for a bit, but it was too much for him.
It's the first time I had seen him since he took off. He laid his head on my stomach. He asked me what I was naming her and stood in the middle of her nursery.
Yeah, I walked in
and
there.
that makes you emotional. Why are you feeling emotional, Ms. Hanger? What are you feeling?
That my daughter has to go without her father because I went through that.
I feel really bad for the mommy if the DNA result comes saying he is the father. She'll have to put up with that thing across the podium. And guess what? His father was testifying against him. Why am I not shocked?
You're Mr. Babbitt, Royce's father.
Correct.
And you're standing with the plaintiff.
Because Chloe is our granddaughter.
You do believe that?
That's evident. Yes, I truly believe that.
All right. Well, the court issued lie detector tests. Mr. Babbitt requested it, and we did so, and we have those results.
This Cam can do nothing but blame others to get his way. Arguments for the sake of arguments. Anyhow, it was about time for both results to be read.
Mr. Royce Babbitt, you are her father.
I guess.
All I want is an apology for her.
I don't owe you any apology.
You owe me an apology for denying her.
Come on, dude.
I told you from day one.
Yeah, it's my child now, but it wasn't then. I mean, I could have
It was
been your child
then.
since conception.